truth is, America, we do have a drinking problem.
Okay. Americans use more than 60 million plastic bottles every day, and only 29% of them are recycled. That means chances are the bottles you're using are headed straight to the landfills or clogging up rivers or floating in oceans.
Yeah, and one company is actually stopping the problem. With vending machines, they aren't your average vending machines, though, because the ones take your bottles back and then they actually reuse them.
Yes, Manuela Zonensign is the CEO and founder of Cadea. I love this concept, and I'm just ready for it. Let's talk about first how the machine works. Cadea, you get a bottle of water, you drink it, and then you return it whenever you want?
Yeah, you return it whenever you want and to any station. We like to think of ourselves as City Bike for bottles. So it's really similar model. You only grab the bottle as long as you want to drink it. And then when you're done with it, you drop it in another station. And then the station itself, and this is the big innovation, washes, sanitizes, inspects, and refills the bottle for the next user. So not only are we getting rid of all that single-use waste from the packaging, we're eliminating the entire linear supply chain, which allows us to decarbonize the beverage industry with no sacrifice.
No, it's a great idea, but random question here. Does it have to be that bottle, or can anyone drop a bottle off?
Yeah, that's a great question. We are planning to just have our bottle. We have one unique SKU, and we want to only accept our bottle back. You want to participate in Cadea, you want to get access to our amazing microplastic-free water, you have to use a Cadea bottle because that's what we can wash and sanitize to the highest level. That said, I think what's going to happen is as we convert people who use single use over to Cadea, maybe we'll have a bin there for their recyclables, and we'll make sure that we can process them in the appropriate way as well.
Cool. Let's talk about the sanitation of this, because I don't know if you guys ever have been like at a bar, and you know, if you've ever seen, they take all the glasses that people just drank out of it and they like put them in this thing and go psh, with like a little steam, and then they just redo it again. I'm like, was that like long enough, hot enough? There's still a little lipstick. Are we sure this is okay? What is your process for sanitization? Because I would think heat, would that melt the bottle? What do you guys do?
Yes, so our bottles are made either of glass or stainless steel. We have no plastic-based products. And that's very exciting because with stainless steel especially, we can reuse the bottles infinitely. So basically on a per-use basis, your carbon footprint goes to zero. In terms of the wash, we use a hot water wash with soap. And the bottle moves up and down. We've custom designed the bottle wash system. And then we also use rinse aid to then clean it off. And then we move it into a dry station where we blow hot air around the bottle to dry it. And we outperform existing industrial and commercial dishwashers.
How long does that process take real quick, though? Is that a quick process?
So we're doing 4 bottles every 2 minutes right now.
Wow.
And we're working with Ecolab, which is the best in the world for sanitization, to reduce that down to under 20 seconds. And if we can do that, we can have more bottles in the same vending machine size station and support even more people.
One of my favorite things is like if I'm in the airport and I need to go refill my water bottle, it tells me how many water bottles I'm saving by refilling the one that I bought. So can you kind of give us an idea, numbers, percentages of how many plastic bottles you think you're saving? And then, of course, how you're going to expand in the marketplace to hopefully do more?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So I'll mention in terms of plastic reduction, because we're reusing our bottles so many times, we are basically eliminating, and this is an early estimate from an impact assessment, we're eliminating about 1,000 plastic bottles for every time that you reuse one of our bottles. We also right now reduce carbon footprint or greenhouse gas emissions for a similar size PET bottle by 75%, and compared to aluminum by 77%. Aluminum is actually worse in terms of greenhouse gas footprint, unbeknownst to most people. In terms of expanding, well, our focus right now is the industrial workforce. Our first customer is a construction company with a huge project in downtown Indianapolis. We're deploying many stations to support all of their workforce. so that we can be the only hydration solution. No more having to move around pallets of plastic bottles of water, which is just a logistical headache. Yeah. Also, they have no way to prove that people are drinking enough water. And this year, 2023, OSHA is going to expand a heat illness prevention program that started in California nationally. And it stipulates really precisely how much water you have to be drinking in different industrial environments. And we can track that. The way we do it is really just like city bikes. You'll scan a QR code on the front of the station or any identifier, and then you take the bottle out. Every bottle has a unique QR code on the bottom. So for the first time ever, we understand that throughput and utilization of bottles across the whole network, as well as on a per station and per user basis. And that per user data allows us to tell people, hey, you're not drinking enough water. You might get sick. You really should go.
Yeah. Up your game. All right, we have a couple seconds left here, so we're going to rapid fire you. Is this more expensive than a regular bottle of water?
No, we can be on par with single-use plastic bottle, and we're adding flavorings. We can be cheaper than your flavored beverage.
Jordan, is this straight tap water or is it filtered? I'm like a water snob, so.
Yes, we filter. We do water quality tests before we install the station, and then we select the right filter. Our filters right now, as I mentioned, remove 99.999% of microplastics. We remove lead, we remove PFOA and PFOS, so the forever chemicals. I have a whole list I can send you if you guys want to check it out, or go to our website, kadea.com.
You can put one outside the Weather Channel studios.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Manuela, you are impressive. The product is impressive. Manuela Zone and Sign from Kadea. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed chatting with her.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I think this is such a, it's like.
We should be doing this everywhere all the time,
it's like,
right?
Let's new again.
And it's also one of the things like, why didn't I think of that?
I know.